Just heard it beep again. Nope. All right, the time being 5:32. Call to order the March 22nd, 2022 Tilton Northfield Fire Commissioners meeting. Let the record show that present are Deputy Chief Joubert, all three commissioners, and Administrative Manager Catherine Dobine. First up, elect the chair. Not new fiscal year, just a new election cycle year. I guess.
Yes.
Cycle. So time to elect a new commission, chairman.
I would make a motion to elect John as the chair for the following year.
I'll second that. All those in favor, any discussion?
Just haven't done it yet.
All right.
Hell, might as well go for it.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions?
All right.
Motion passes. The recorder is yours.
All right. Next thing on the budget.
Do we have a vice chair at this board? No.
No.
Okay.
It's just-
No, I didn't. I don't know.
No, we
No.
don't.
It's a good point. But
If the chair isn't here,
we probably postpone.
the other two decided.
No, that's fine. I just
Yeah.
everything else I've been on, we do a vice chair. So I just,
Yeah. Yeah.
Then if you want.
No, that's good.
Well, I just wonder if you're actually allowed to have a meeting without a vice chair, but
I'm not
Yeah.
worried about it right now.
yeah, irrelevant for tonight. All right, public comments or members of the district or employees of the district. Easy enough. Correspondence, we have one from March 8th, 2022 from Jane Alden.
It's to Jane Alden.
Oh, to Jane Alden.
Yes.
This is the reappointment
This
to
is
the
the
budget committee?
reappointment. Yes.
Do we do that or does Kent
The
Fillmore?
moderator does it.
So he's just notifying us by writing?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what I thought. All right, so she was reappointed,
Yes.
and Scott Lewandowski was reappointed.
Correct.
All right. Old business. The next thing is Tilton Northfield Fire Station Building Committee. The only thing really to report is that two people were selected, myself and Matt Ozier. My transportation stuff was taken care of, was Matt's.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so both members, their airfare and all that was taken care of to get out there for it. It's going to be going out Monday night, and it's going to be coming back Wednesday night, not staying for Thursday to save on some of the overnight lodging. Lisa has rejoined the committee. They're still trying to find members. I actually reached out to a few people from the public at the town meetings, and there might be someone that might be interested. He has to look at how things play out.
Paul Blaisdell is interested in rejoining.
Is he?
Excellent. And he's still,
After district, no, he's Northfield.
no, okay.
After district meeting. So if you want to reach out to him,
All right. Well, I'll have
someone.
I'll have Kevin Kate, the chair of that committee, do that. And Scott Haskins was he's in Northfield also. So we need to really step up and try and find some Tilton reps. So I think that they will both bring some public influence to the table. They're involved in a lot of different things, so we need to try and find.
Does it have to be equal representation?
We try to do as best we can.
No, I wasn't sure if it was in the bylaws or
Nope, we didn't, but when we first set it up, we were very cautious about our
like
administration, full-time call, the board representative, and then from public, we did have it even down the road, and so it would be good if we could do that.
Yeah.
Right now, you still have Tim, Lisa, I'm not sure if she's Northfield or...
She's Northfield.
Tim's the only one I can think of from Tilton.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and he's on there, and he's still going strong, so yeah,
So
we need a minimum 2 from Tilton, maybe a third.
2 to 3. Tilton.
Do you guys, does Tilton have a town page?
Not like Northfield does.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get at, yep.
Not yet.
I know.
One name comes to mind. I don't know if she'd be interested, but a former commissioner, Les.
Les, I
I know
don't
she's
know
in
if
I
she'd
thought
be
she was,
interested.
she's out on chair. I think this, she might be out.
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So we still gotta do some recruiting, so if we can get it, it's still posted on our homepage,
Yes, it is.
okay? I know Kevin Waldron has been trying to talk it up as well, trying to fill some of the slots, so we'll just keep pushing for that. Right now, as far as, they did receive sample questions from Tim, thank you, from the police station. The police station hiring committee, rather than reinvent the wheel, they asked for some of the questions and such from that, and we got some of those from Tim Pearson from Tilton for when they did the police station. They're working on some of those questions, but we're trying to look at the timeline of not getting too far ahead of getting the people to that committee and back. I don't think, there's no meeting tomorrow night. So that's kind of where we're at with the fire station at this time.
What about, what's his name? The guy that was here last night, I can't remember his name. Works for Banks.
Tim Sattler, he's on the committee.
Oh, he
He
is,
is.
he's already on
Yes.
it,
Yep.
because he's been on a couple of them.
Yeah.
I was actually trying to nudge Kevin LaChapelle, but he didn't bite at it.
No, he won't.
No.
I tried, and
You're not the only one who's been trying.
another one I can think of is Kevin Drew, or no,
Chuck
Chuck Drew. Sorry,
I just
I
thought
know
of it at the
someone.
same time.
Yeah,
So maybe
that's
they-
another
Yeah.
political influencer from the community that's involved in a lot. But just trying to find a couple of those where they really have that following, because that's going to be the second part of this down the road is the media blitz. Getting the information out there so people are very aware of what the project is and not have a misrepresentation of what the plan is. Because we saw that, how that affected things last weekend. So, alright, so that's kind of the updates of that. Review and sign investment policy.
Yes. It has to be done, it has to be reviewed
Yeah.
and signed annually.
What is the investment policy?
That is the policy.
We can't take their money and go down to the
Right.
casino.
It-
all
it's-
black.
That is true.
Is
It's
this from the
They
the
call it fund there.
Comstar fund?
no, this covers all of our funds.
Okay.
Of what's
All the
done with
fire
it, the
apparatus,
delegation
equipment.
authority, the investment on, it's our policy, but it's all, most of it's in the hands of the trustees.
Right.
So what I've done, I emailed it all to you. I emailed it to all of you at the beginning of the month.
Yep.
And so I've marked all the spots that need to be signed,
Okay.
so. Nothing has changed from last year.
Yeah, we can pass that around.
But you just changed dates as reviewed on, or updated on.
Right, and if you don't review it, we get
Oh, we gotta
smacked.
read it too?
No,
I
emailed it to you.
I know, I read it.
I saw that come through, but you said you were going to bring it something.
Yeah,
Right. So that will go around.
Actually read it.
good.
All right. New business. It looks like the plan was to just review the warrant articles as they.
Any articles that were money articles, I listed out, and I provided you with another copy of the warrant,
Yep.
so that it says passed or not.
Yep. So for the record, warrant article 5, which was added to the land and building fund, passed, and that was for $100,000 to appropriate.
What's the date today?
Today is the 22nd.
Didn't an article get rewritten?
No,
They attempted to do the
It failed.
hydrant
Oh.
rewrite, but it was not.
I thought the land and building fund did that.
No.
Some flashbacks from that year.
Article 6, fire prevention electronic transfer fund, passed. Warrant Article 7, the fire prevention budget, passed. Article 8, add to the health insurance deductible expendable trust fund, passed. Article 9, add to the communications tower expendable trust fund, it passed. Article 10, establish dry hydrant cistern expendable trust fund, that one passed. 11, to add to the dry hydrant cistern expendable trust fund, that passed. Establish contingency fund, Article 12, that passed. That one I was surprised on.
Yeah, I thought that failed.
no, it passed.
It passed because they spoke up that they were nervous with the cost of fuel going up, that there was support for it at the last minute. And it
No,
went.
that's good. I
Yes.
swear it failed.
And Kevin Cake.
Kevin Cake got up and
He
spoke
up and
for
spoke
it.
to that. Normally, he's not in favor of it, but
Yeah.
yeah, and when we had put this out, the fuel wasn't jumping all around, and we couldn't adjust anything appropriate once we had it approved. Article 13, pressurized hydrants, that one failed. We had an hour and 40
much
minutes.
though, did it? It was 2 votes or something like that.
No, it was more than
It was
that.
more than that.
It failed by quite a lot
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
year.
it
I thought there was one that,
That was last year.
Last year it was one vote it failed by.
well, I thought it failed only by like, just a couple.
No, this year
Well,
it
that meant,
was,
didn't they try to change it once a motion to?
Right.
Oh, maybe that's what
that
I'm
was
thinking.
the amendment.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to, yeah, that's when they did the amendment, but they were changing the intent, the payment rate. There was just so much that made it irrelevant that it couldn't do. Article
14.
14, thank you.
You're welcome.
Apparatus and equipment fund budget passed. New command vehicle. Deputy's gonna be a happy person
We'll see.
2024.
someday.
We can talk about that if you want. We won't go that one over this.
Okay, that passed at the,
Just barely.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah,
You were lucky.
I wasn't confident, let's put it that way.
Article 16, operating budget, that also passed. And the other things that we do have to do is we'll have, did you get digital signatures for everything for the manifest?
Yes, I did.
So that's all done already?
Yes, it is.
See, I'm not quick I am. Shoot right through this stuff.
Wow.
No, that wasn't a shot.
5 minutes as chair, and he's already taking.
Well, we'll see how it goes at the next meeting when the chief's here.
All right, 2022 meeting dates.
Well, you need to sign the MS 232.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the audit or?
That is the report of appropriations actually voted. So
That's what.
it's for
isn't that-
DRA.
DRA from, okay,
Yes,
yeah,
and
okay,
it's all ready to go.
all right.
And I did 3 cover sheets
Okay,
with
this
each
is-
one of you as the chairman, so that I get the right.
She wanted it done tonight.
So we just sign right there?
Just sign beside your name over under signature, over here under
You got some-
signature.
You got some scrap paper.
I do.
As we do at work, we cut it into 4 squares and that's a scrap. Little cheat sheets, I always.
That's the only one, in front.
Yep, that's the only one, just the top sheet.
All right, and there's 2 more signatures on this one. That one, and then the one below that. Or did you just need the top page signed?
Oh, no, all the pages need to be
Nice
signed.
sign right there.
Oh.
So it's Eric.
Oh, that one's Eric, and then
And then the one above that?
yeah, there's 3 signatures required.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's
Been around
okay.
3 times, that's all.
Sign that one.
So that's yours.
Thank you.
That's a warrant article, that goes under there.
A lot of 2s in today's.
DRA
Yes.
is going to be so happy.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they love all the paperwork they get in their office at this time of year. Or does it go electronically anymore?
It does. On their
All-
website.
All their data goes,
Perfect.
Check and make sure all the signatures.
oh, now what do I have to sign this? No, this is my copy.
That's your warrant article copies that we just reviewed. Alright, and then we have hand out our meeting dates.
Yes, I have a calendar.
So, hold on.
And you had something you were gonna bring up about the command vehicle?
Yeah, whenever you guys.
Yep.
Go
What's
let me
the-
know.
Yeah.
Just go over that.
March 22nd, we scheduled one for April 5th, right?
Okay, so our next meeting is April 5th.
Yes. And fire station committee bill is next Wednesday.
Right, the 30th.
Yep.
And then you're the 13th and the 27th of April for that, I believe.
13th and 27th, yes.
Okay.
Although I will be out of the state on the 27th.
Oh, that's right, you're gone, what, the 25th, 26th, and 27th for the seminar?
No, that's in May.
No, no,
Oh,
this is
sorry.
for weddings.
Oh, so you're,
Well,
what, are you gone that whole week?
Yeah, I think I'm down 25th to the 28th, I'm gone.
25 through 28?
none of the budget committee likes to meet on Fridays. So.
I'm just gonna mark you've gone that whole week, John, is that okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that whole week I'll be in Florida for that wedding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's too
Nice
many.
little vacation.
I'll go on 2 weeks later, going down the 7th. You driving or flying?
Flying this time.
So, okay. And then in May,
May 3rd?
May 3rd? Are you going back to the first Tuesday of the month?
I don't know, I'm not sure.
I'm asking
What does work
everybody.
for people?
So far, does that one
I can work it, that works for me, if that works for you guys.
Yeah, because towards the end, I have meetings
Yeah,
last week.
So,
I know I'm not gonna be gone, but the last week I have meetings at work, Tuesdays.
Well,
oh,
I'm
you
gone-
do?
Yeah, every Tuesday,
I'm
the
gone
end
the
of the month.
Okay.
I'm gone the 7th and the 14th anyways.
Of May?
so yeah.
I thought I told you that.
Oh, yes, you did, you're on vacation. Sorry. So May 3rd.
Yeah, that works out for everyone then.
I'll be in sunny FLA.
And fire station that month is 11th and 25th. But the-
And
And
the
the fire
25th, you're gonna be.
correct, I will be at the fire
You
district.
can live
conference.
Facebook stream it to the committee.
Good.
In June, Commissioner Pyra is gone the 7th and 8th.
Well,
No?
that may, tentatively, the meeting actually might be in New Hampshire. So
Oh.
I would just be gone the 8th, but I don't know that for sure yet, but it's looking like that. They said southern New Hampshire.
Do you want to do the 14th to be safe then?
No, just, if we have to change it, we'll change it later, but.
That's okay with me.
So that's Flag
Either
Day on the 14th.
It is,
Yeah, either day,
so,
you fine with me.
is that what you're saying?
So, do the 7th.
Okay.
Okay. In?
Okay. July.
So does that mean the fire station committee is the 8th and the 22nd?
It is. July, do we still want to keep it on the 12th to move it away from the holiday of the 5th, right after the 4th of July?
Yes, because the chief is on vacation that week.
Okay. Just to not have it so close to that, that would work out for everyone?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Fire station is 13th to the 27th.
What's the date in July then?
July is the 12th, July 12th.
Okay, so just a reminder, I try to send out manifests, so if I don't get a reply, I'll call you. Because that's kind of late to get out the end of the month bills.
Okay. So that one might be a digital manifest, is what
It
you
will
said?
be.
Oh, it will be.
It will be.
On the 5th, by the way. So I
Okay.
don't think you have it off.
All right.
August?
August, you guys want to do August 2nd, the first one again? Stay with that where we can? Okay. August 2nd instead.
So that's the 10th and the 24th for the fire station committee?
1 second, and I'll confirm. It is, yeah. Flying right through this. September, Labor Day is the 5th, so 6th would be the first Tuesday. Do we want it up against
No.
Labor Day or a week off?
So this is my issue. My quarterly meeting is gonna be held around that time. Don't know yet. We may be in Florida.
Do we want to stop
So I don't
at
know, I
August?
don't know, no,
Well, that gives us 6 months if we stop at August.
no, I'll say the 6th, and then if we need to
Okay.
change, I just keep the 13th. I just don't, we don't know what day we're meeting yet, so.
Okay,
Last year, it's usually the 14th and the 15th,
right.
around that time, so.
Okay. So we'll put it down as the 6th, which is the day after Labor Day, 14 and 28.
Then we get it.
Station.
That'll work okay because the 1st is on a Thursday.
Yeah, so you can run reports and stuff
So
on Thursday or
We'll
Friday.
give you
Yeah.
the manifest.
That'll give me time to get, you know.
That's perfect.
Make sure she deserves her Labor Day.
October, the 4th would be the first Tuesday.
Then we're in budget season usually by then anyway.
And then, yes, I think October is when we usually, is it September, or October, where we receive the budget from the chief?
August usually.
August? Okay.
Yeah, we try to get it to you starting in August.
So,
The
yeah.
meetings start in September, I think.
Okay.
Right.
So there'll be more being added to the plate come September.
Absolutely.
But right now, that puts us more than 6 months out. I think we're good with that for right now.
Okay, and the fire station is the 12th and the 26th of October?
Yes, I didn't program that in, but it would be the 2nd and the 4th, so that would
Okay.
be those dates.
All right, so I can definitely go through and do the 2nd and the 4th. Ew. I'll wait in November because the 4th Thursday
Correct.
is the day before Thanksgiving.
Yep. Well, Thursday also,
Wait, the fourth Thursday?
4th,
because of
Oh,
the
the
fire
meeting.
station.
fire station committee,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. You guys have Thanksgiving and turkeys.
Actually, for November, we might as well go with November 1st for the fire commissioners, because November 8th is election day.
That is true.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's an
good.
even year.
Yes,
that's
it
gonna be,
is.
it's
It's
midterm.
mid-cycle, correct.
Midterm cut.
So that one should just move it right up ahead of time.
And I have to be at the polls for
Yeah.
selectmen, so.
I just saw that. And that's kind of as far as I wanted to go into November, just because we have pending court window then too.
Yeah, the end of the month.
That's not in the spring.
Correct.
Oh.
I have that blocked out in that window of frame that,
Okay,
No, we,
so that gets us through November 1st.
right.
Not a bad schedule to postpone, and most of them are scheduled for record as the first Tuesday of the month with only one, maybe two exceptions at this time.
Right.
For planning purposes.
Kathy, Wednesdays are still the summer months are still the chief's.
Yes,
Just wanted to make sure that-
yes, in the
I guess
summer
switch to
months.
Tuesdays or something like that.
Yeah.
He starts, I believe it's in May and goes
Okay.
through October.
he's,
Yeah.
he's not here, so.
No, I'm pretty sure it's.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good.
So then we got the meeting date squared away. We have review of the minutes, but we also had other stuff under new business, it sounds like, definitely with the command vehicle.
Sure, just an update with the command vehicle. I'm sure maybe the chief kind of gave you a quick heads up. We got an estimate for a 2023 Ford Expedition. Very same make and model that the chief has, just a new one. There happens to be none anywhere, and it doesn't look like we'll be able to get one for at least a year. So with that being said, the inspection for car 3 is up in September, and it may require some massaging to get it through inspection. I know the goal is to ultimately, hopefully, get rid of that vehicle sooner than later, so we don't put money into a sinking ship. So the chief has tasked me with looking at potential alternatives besides the Expedition, as long as it meets the same specifications as the Expedition. So to see if there's any other make and models out there that are available currently, so we could potentially avoid having to put any money into car 3. So that's what I've been tasked with this week. So I have been looking at different makes and models. I've learned a ton, but there's just not a lot of... The thing about those vehicles is the manufacturers really don't make any money on them. They're specifically for municipalities, and there's no markup on them or really anything like that. So they don't make a lot of them. And with production being slow to begin with, it's really getting pushed back. So there's a few other makes and models out there that are comparable, both in price and in specifications. We may have to go somewhere to get it and drive it back, but it may be worth it if it means that we don't have to put money into something that just isn't really worth it.
Is it going to be thousands of dollars?
It could potentially be, yes.
For what, to get three
Car 3?
to pass?
Yes.
Yeah, either that or you take the VIN plate off of car 1 and put it in car 3 and then
Um,
swap them
so-
around real quick.
So anyway, so that's what the chief has tasked me with. So there are a few others out there that are very similar that the command council that we currently have will fit into.
Okay.
And I know that's a big thing. So
Because if it did not fit in, we'd
yes,
hear about it.
yes, that was
I mean,
one-
that was one of the big sellers.
yeah. So that was one of the requirements. So there are a few, believe it or not, some interesting manufacturers as well. But the one that there are some available that are ready and ready to go, the Dodge Durango, and it has the similar motor,
Same.
similar, it's got a similar package. It's a police model,
Yep.
same type of thing. The thing about the police models are that they are pretty much designed so there's easy to wire lights and all that stuff. Whereas if I went and got, you know, a Toyota or a Honda, which could work and meet the same specifications, that part of it would just be a little bit more complicated for like the people that are installing the
Yep.
radios and
You
wires.
know,
Now, they're telling you if we was to order that
Today,
a year from today, we'd have it.
you know, at least.
At least.
At least.
so there's not.
Same thing with Chevy, Tahoes, and,
The Durangos you can
Still a
find.
chip shortage.
yes.
Yeah, I understand.
I found one in Indiana. Is that Indiana? Is that what the lady called me today?
I,
There's two that I found that were red, that were similar to the Chiefs. I mean, you put the cars side by side, you really might not notice the
I'm fine
difference.
with that.
So it may take, you know, a trip out there to drive it back, but
I'll drive out there with you.
yeah, if you're looking at, you know, potential cost of getting car 3 to get through inspection, it may be.
Maybe.
it'll be
worth it.
cheaper to go with it.
So anyways, that's what the chief has tasked me with,
Yep.
so that's what I'm trying to do this week, but there is absolutely nothing
I
in
hear
those
other
ones.
municipalities going to Massachusetts a lot.
There's
Lately.
nothing.
No.
I've tried all the major, there's like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
That Explorer or the Expedition, there are some available,
Yeah.
but the Command Console is just like 2 inches too wide to fit in the back of that one.
Well, I thought the way the warrant article is read, it didn't
Specify
specify
manufacturer.
exactly, because that, when you said that, that's the
Right.
first thing I went to
Right.
make sure we weren't trapped.
No, that was changed for that specific
Right.
reason.
I mean, you can get, don't get me wrong, I can get a Ford Expedition, but we're gonna pay $80,000 for it,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So.
We have a gap too.
Exactly, so, you know, those service models are very rare because they don't make a lot of them and they don't make money on them. And production's so backed up now anyways with vehicles, so all your major manufacturers, your Chevys and your Fords are really backed
And
up.
there's nothing out there as a last year's model that
Uh,
just didn't get driven much, or?
One of the Wranglers is a 21 that's brand new. I mean, new car has an Expedition right now that's a 20 or a 21 with like 6,000 miles on it, but again, it's $60,000.
Okay.
So
So it is.
it's
each budget.
if you're not getting that type of model, you're not going to get it for that price. Now you can get, believe it or not, I can take that Command Console and I can put it in my wife's Toyota Highlander, and it fits in there fine. And those are the same price, if not cheaper. But again, they're difficult to wire, they're difficult to set up. They're not
Any
as
save you're going to be
Not as
spending.
durable in general.
yeah. I mean, you know, you think about command vehicles, and obviously we don't use them like the police do. I'm not chasing people, you know, but we're towing, we're hauling, we're going over some rough terrain as well. So, but those are kind of the options that we're looking at. You know, Jeep and Dodge are 2 other ones that are potentially available.
Well,
So-
if you can get one in Indiana,
Yeah.
I'm willing to give up a weekend and drive back.
So that's kind of what I've been tasked with. So ultimately, I'm going to give the chief the information, and he'll select something and go over it with you, I'm
Yeah.
sure, and we can go from there. But I just want to give you the update on that. That I don't.
Is this something that if you call tomorrow and they have it and it's within the budget, can he get do we contact the chief? I know he's on vacation, I understand that, but there's,
The ultimate purchase comes down to the 3 of you.
So it'd be a notice out to the 3 of us, and then
It is your decision.
whether we agree with it or not. I mean,
yeah.
if we have an approved amount,
No,
As
I
long
know,
as it
but I'm
fits
just saying, I
everything,
just
I
know
mean-
how these things go. I
Yep.
mean,
So I
Yeah.
spoke to two dealerships today that have them on. That's the thing. On
get
the
a
lot.
picture of like the guy's watch.
On the lot. I'm like, so.
Go in front of it, hold up a sign with today's date, please, so I know that's really.
I can, what I can do is I can potentially send the chief a text and just get his quick input on it, and if it's something that he's comfortable with, then maybe we can do something, but I don't.
Divert his return flight to
Yeah.
Indiana.
if that's the case, and
So
you guys are comfortable with sending an email out to us and get our confirmation, send an email to each one of us, and we'll each respond in kind. And I think right now, I'm in favor if you can keep everything under that dollar amount, with our console.
The one thing that we would have to confirm that might take a little more time is that the estimate that he got for the installation of lights and all that was through MHQ, where he was gonna buy the vehicle. So I would just have to call up there to confirm that price would be still in place for
Whatever
a
vehicle
vehicle
you
that
get.
would, yeah, whatever vehicle you
Okay.
get. Which,
So,
again, it's a police model, so I'm sure it would be pretty similar. And I know, I went to actually Osprey Mountain Electrics today to find out, you know, all right, like, what can you work on, what can't you work on? They can work on anything,
Yeah.
but really it's about the time that it takes to get something done there, so.
If they have the channels and stuff, it's so much easier for them.
Correct.
Correct.
So I just wanted to give you an update on
Yep.
that. And then the only other thing I wanted to discuss, if it's okay, is that we had a training fire last week.
Well, we're a school board? No, or was it?
That was
weekdays?
Thursday during the
It was
daytime.
weekdays.
That was a weekday, and it looks like it made it into the Laconia Daily Sun. I'm guessing you see press out of it. So
Yeah.
Excellent.
I guess it was a video that was on there.
there was drones flying around. There's photographers everywhere. So there were 6 departments there, and yeah, I think it went pretty well. Everybody got a
Everyone
lot
thought
out
it was
of it.
probably a real fire.
It was good. It was good training. So a lot of positive comments and feedback. I think.
Did it rekindle? Because those two guys got sent back out there. Or
It's going to be smoking for a while. It's
wood doesn't help.
no, it
I
just
don't think it is anymore. I mean, I've been by it.
yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. But
Where'd the sign come from? The electronic one?
the town's open.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked.
I was curious to see, I said, God, I don't
Is it one of
really
those
know.
police rule?
It was the
Trailer
electronic
one?
signboard. I just wanted to try to get it up there a little bit early to give people some notification just in case. We had another sign that we left up there for a couple of days as well, and it didn't really jam traffic up at all. I thought it was gonna probably jam traffic up, but people were at work and it seemed to flow pretty good, and
Plan worked.
yeah.
Can we see about getting some of those photos put to our homepage?
So
Tim,
I
as
know
a
that-
gallery.
The chief was really, like, he was kind of set aside for exterior safety and as public information, so he worked directly with the paper, but I know that he was taking videos and photos nonstop with, I think, the thought of getting them on the department page.
Yep.
And I know the union's going to be putting on a bunch of stuff as well on
Excellent.
their page.
And if we could put like a gallery section, and if we could get one of those drone footages, that's just one of those things that sells people
There's-
so much if you could put that link on there. If
Yeah,
possible.
there's one, I think, on the union page, the guy said, I don't know.
Okay. Even if we have the link to those pages and stuff in there, it's just, that's the oohs and ahs that people will.
It's on the Daily Sun, so they upload it to YouTube or something.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some sort of link to, I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but I know that they were there all day long talking to the chief, and it worked out great that the chief was able to kind of answer the questions and kind of be that go-to person, so.
Okay. Yeah, and just everything we can do was just gonna help us down the road for that media. No, thank you for that,
Yeah, they
on
have.
both of them. And you said 6 departments?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, they have a couple of pictures on their Facebook page.
The
of the
union, so yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can put links of that on our page
Oh,
and
there's the
stuff.
drone footage. They have the drone footage of the Daily Sun. So it's on YouTube, so you can grab
Excellent,
it.
so we'll just put the
You can grab it.
YouTube link right in
On
there.
YouTube.
Yeah, you just do share or embed.
Yep,
fun fact, you probably know this, Paul, is that home was owned by the Flycheckers. I don't remember that name, the Flycheckers.
They had a place up on Pleasant Street.
Yeah,
They
and
used to drive the buses
where the
there.
Tilton Sports Center is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep, right
So they used to import the Lockmere wood stoves, and they used to use the Tilton Sports Center for it. And the first stoves that they actually had, they put into that house.
there. Oh, really?
And like you'll see there's some chimneys standing, and they're all whole home heating systems. So you'd have your wood stove and it's surrounded by all this tile, and there'd be all these different valves to open and heat different areas. And I learned today that the first person to stay in that house when they got it was Jim Hayes. I don't remember Jim Hayes.
Yeah.
He was on the fire
Oh,
department.
yeah.
So I happened to talk to him today about it, and he told me about it. I was like, what a small world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is the stove still there, standing?
The stove is still there. I don't know how good it is right
A little
now.
crispy, but.
Yeah.
Does
And we had a fire down there, down on there used to be a building, I don't know,
Yeah.
down by the wharf, the
Yes,
dock.
the deck is still there.
Yeah, and when that burned, I don't know how many years ago, I remember going to that.
I think the company that's doing the building is really interested in working with the communities, which is nice.
nice.
And I think it's going to have.
Well, aren't they part of the one at Meredith? The guy who's in there doing that, he's got something to do with one in Meredith too. I know who he is.
I think there's an investment group, and one of them
Yeah.
probably from that area.
He had something to do with the Meredith one too, because he contacted us about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big deal for the area.
Yeah.
But they're probably May before they come before the town. At the first training fire, that guy was like, probably a couple months, they were still looking for.
When I first met them, they wanted December of '23.
Well,
Commissioners, March 3rd or March 1st?
they're still looking
What did I do,
for
make a typo?
36 of that.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
you,
sure.
no, it's right.
March 1st.
$36.
Yeah, no, I know.
36 with
All right.
36 with 6 zeros after.
You know,
Yeah, so.
So,
there's other
I'm gonna
entrepreneurs
enter a
out there.
recession.
all right, so we'll just keep it going a little bit. And March 1st, minutes. Did everyone get a chance to look at that?
Is it,
The
honorable never
on March 3rd, that's what threw me off, by Kathy. And this essentially entailed the correspondences from Tilton Northfield Water District, Lisa Martin, the chief's report, where we finalized the unassigned fund balances, run reports, overlapping apparatus, COVID, Center Street, Park Street, safer effect, the basic minutes and stuff.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of March 1st as presented.
Okay, so Eric, Kyra, and motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, very good. All right. Non-public, we have disposition tonight?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so we'll need that sheet.
In
Yep. Down in Concord, because I
Before
had
we
the
go
feed
into
ready,
that,
so I
is
could
there
come
any,
here.
This
I,
is what?
what about new business? I just need nothing.
There-
Old
You already
business.
did new business.
Well, I know, but I didn't, I weren't paying attention when it got done.
Okay, do you have anything else you want to bring up under new business before we?
Well, I do,
Okay.
and,
Now's the time.
I've had a couple of people approach me, and there again, I'm not gonna mention names, and to me, it's really nothing, but you know, when they come to me and say, one of them was, there again, I think it was you, Tim, you went up to the Veterans Home and removed some stuff. I know it's probably a safety issue, but they made a big thing out of
Yes,
it,
they
you're
did.
like, you know, they could hire somebody to do that, why tie up our equipment, and if somebody ever got hurt up there, that's number one. And I don't need an explanation, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Number two is, at the meeting the other night, them guys leaving the truck running. I gas it $5 a gallon, and it was out there for 2.5 hours running. And if I ain't mistaken, I think Mike Robinson said it's not good to let it sit there and idle for any length of time. And them are the two I just want to bring up.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
good point.
Nope, I've heard those two. I know I spoke with the chief about the Veterans Home because it was brought to me and I had the concern also. First off, he did assure me that it was only our people that were on the ladder, because when I was told that, that's the first thing I went to is the liability of someone else using our ladder. But those sheets of metal up there, if they launched, they would have been a safety hazard to the public as well, so.
I understand. And like I said, I'm not disputing,
No.
I'm just telling you. People out there see things like that.
They do.
And you know,
Yep.
it don't matter if it's school, the fire department, the police department, they pick things apart like
Yep.
that. So just, you know,
Yep.
be aware. Be
You
aware.
know what, now, Derek Farrell was off duty, so he just had kind of like his street clothes on and one of these on with his helmet, so he probably looked like he was, I didn't even think about that, looked like he was probably an employee from the Veterans Home.
Yeah, I didn't see the picture, but I did ask the chief of
Yeah.
that because it was brought up to me
Yeah.
too. Because, yes, the state should have state facilities to go and do it. They may not have a ladder tall enough, so I can see that, we're a state agency, but if those sheet metal, those roof panels were to launch, it would be a public, and all he said you guys did is just attach them down with a couple of screws. It wasn't a permanent
We set
fix.
it off.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you just made it safe, so. But yes, it was a valid point that was brought up. And then, I believe it was just the ambulance that was out at the meeting the other night, so it wasn't the engine.
The truck went there?
No, it was just the
They
ambulance, it
came
was
at the
just one
end,
crew.
at the end too, they weren't there
Yeah.
the whole meeting.
Yeah, it was just one crew and with the
I didn't know,
ambulance.
so I'm just telling my heard.
Yep,
Yeah, they weren't there the whole meeting.
No.
yeah.
No, they came,
So I don't know if they were able to shut it off or not, but I mean,
I don't know, I'm just telling.
Yeah, I don't-
Like I said,
It may have been running, I'm not sure.
someone brought up the issue, well, you need to keep it warm. I'm like, by the time it responded from here to where the back of it could be warm. It wasn't like the engine was there and you had to be circulating the pump for the water and all that. But it was brought up, and so it's just something, and it was a valid point that fuel costs
Yeah.
are astronomical, so if, where we can, we're cognizant of that, is a good point to bring up to.
Does it go into a low idle, or does it go into like a holding at 3,000 RPM type deal?
There's two different settings. There's a whole regen setting and everything like that for the def, so that would be a lot higher.
Yeah.
But usually it's in a low idle when it's there.
The engines right now, you have to keep, just to keep the pump circulating.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
'cause it's still.
the ambulance, theoretically, you could shut it down, it's just whether,
Well, if you shut it down though, aren't you draining the battery? That was what I was always told.
they usually have dual batteries for startup. They're designed to start up without shore power. As long as you just shut everything off. And you disconnect everything.
Yeah, there's certain things that you can't shut off, unfortunately, but yeah. Yeah, so we could definitely have that discussion. That's
Okay, and
okay.
just one other thing is, my concern is, when you teach somebody to drive, driver's ed, or whatever you want to do, I know you have to, how much driving time do you require for somebody to get?
So for them to get checked off on driving, it's pretty extensive. The ambulance obviously is a lot quicker than the engine.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to primarily work with people on first, is the ambulance. And you start off driving with your firefighter, your officer. We have a whole probationary document for each piece of apparatus that you have to go through. So it all depends on the experience that the person has, to be honest with you. Well, let's say if a call person comes in and they've never done it before. We have one right now that's going through the process. He's been on the department now for 2.5 years, and he just got checked off on one of the bigger trucks, but he's been checked off on the ambulance now for like a year to drive. So
I'm just curious how much time does it, does a guy take somebody out for, when I was on there, we used, of course,
Right,
gas was low,
right.
we used to take them out driving.
right.
And then they'd get their license, whatever. And there again, it depended on how good they were and everything, which I'm sure you guys do the same thing. But is it something that we can kind of, instead of taking somebody out for a day driving around, I'm just
Oh, we don't,
exaggerating.
yeah.
Or say an hour or two every
Okay,
day.
that-
Would it be worth it just to look at it and say, this guy wants to drive, we went to this call, let him drive back and use it that way, kind of
I think
using more to
I think that
that?
happens now.
Okay.
I mean,
It's because the people look at things and think, God, here's a fire truck riding down the road here and there's nothing. You get that from people all the time. I wonder where they're going. They got no red lights on. And they're getting it, and it don't look like they're in a hurry. And that's what you get a lot of times from people.
But
In-
don't, oh,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I'm done.
Don't a lot of the, I don't know, the code A's, whatever, you don't go lights and sirens. Those
so
things.
we try not to if we can help it, just because it's more dangerous, believe it or not, to go with lights and sirens than with traffic. So if it's possible, we try to hold off on the lights and
So
sirens.
while you're saying you're seeing people see it going out for a drive, they really could be responding to a call, but they're not going.
We could be responding to a call, they get canceled. That happens quite a bit as well.
Could be
Especially for mutual aid, we might get towed to go to Belmont or Laconia, and we'll go through with lights and sirens, and get canceled, and I gotta go hide over here, and then turn the lights off before
Yeah.
someone sees.
I mean, I understand.
Yeah, I mean,
I
there's
tell
gonna be
people that
situations
because
that-
we used to it all the time. I mean, so.
There's going to be situations where it's unfortunately unavoidable, where we're going to have to make a return trip. Yesterday, for me, I had a meeting in Laconia in the morning. I came back. I had to go. So I went and handled a call at the Anchorage for the smoke. I kept the engine in place. Came back. Then I had to go to 822 Laconia Road, and then came back and I had to go to 822 Laconia Road again. And after the second one, I'm like, I'm not it was like 3:30 or whatever. I'm like, I'm not driving back again. I'm just going to go home at this point. So we try to utilize the best apparatus possible for the incident. So if we can take, like the building today, when we sent the pickup truck, so we're not sending the engine. we just try to be as practical as possible with it. And I think we're realistic about the cost, and but there are going to be times where it's going to be unavoidable.
Okay,
But that's-
I only got one more thing.
No, go for it. It's no new business.
It's, this time of year is very, I mean, and there again, I'm just bringing to your attention, I went up on a back road the other day, and I'm telling, with my truck, I went about a half a mile, and I was dragging bottom. And this is a road that gets used a lot. It was on a dirt road, and I had put it forward, I thought I was gonna get stuck. So I just be careful on the back roads.
We're really, especially in sections of Northfield, you know, we have some really, really long, bad driveways, so we know those, we have them identified, and we'll take the pickup truck if possible for an incident. But yeah, you're right, we had 2 years ago, someone in Northfield, on a Northfield road, we took the engine, I think it was a cardiac arrest, and ended up backing up partially onto a driveway and collapsed the driveway. And we were fortunate enough that we used people and paving companies so we could take care of it, and we owned it. But yeah, roads are really, really soft.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know how, nothing got stuck at the training fire. I don't know how, but yeah, you're right, there are very, very
Just,
soft.
you know, just,
I think it really
Be aware
came
of
out like over the weekend, and it's supposed to rain this week, so.
Yeah. So us the crews are aware of it, and you're tracking it all, and
What happens if it's like mutual aid? I mean, like Samerton is like.
So Sanford's pretty good about notifying incoming companies.
Yeah.
Like some roads are so bad right now.
well, that's where I was up in
that-
Samerton.
that the chief doesn't use his chief's car, he uses his personal vehicle, because the chief's car won't make it through him. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that are pretty tough. We're pretty fortunate in our district. There are a few of them that are pretty challenging, but I think for the
I don't
most
think
part.
Tilton has any dirt, it has a few dirt roads.
Yeah. We could, there's
Mr. Damon?
a few of them, but yeah, for the most part, I think we understand their conditions and try to work around them.
Okay, I'm done. I'll be done.
Okay, all right. All right, so in order to go to non-public, we need to read the sheet.
And you're going to take the minutes too?
I will.
All right.
Yes.
3:22.
Relax.
Yep. So we will make a motion, or accept the motion to go in non-public session. And that is in regards to, I believe, disposition is
C.
C.
And D.
So,
Well, we're doing C first.
Oh.
yeah, because you're technically supposed to.
Do it separately.
Okay, so we're gonna do C first or D first? Which one?
C.
C, okay. In regards to, site is foundation for the non-public session is gonna be RSA 91-A:3, 2C, matters which if discussed in public would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of the board unless such person requests an open meeting. This exemption shall extend to include any application for assistance or tax abatement or waiver of fee, fine, or other levy, if based on inability to pay the property of an applicant. So, is there a motion to go into non-public?
I'll make a motion. Go into public.
We're just gonna do initials. Seconded by?
I'll second it.
Okay. It's Charlie, all right. All right, so roll call vote to enter non-public session. Paul?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Eric?
Yes.
All right, at this point, we can stop this stuff, and stop on this is, motion, there is no motion relevant. Okay, public session reconvened at 6:27. Do we need to seal these minutes and motion? I'd say no, because it's just for disposition with no names. No, okay, so we did not, roll call, we don't need that, no motion, not applicable, and by B. All right, so now we need to go with a second reason to go back into non-public.
Well, you might want to tell them what you discussed in this one.
For the one we just did was review of the disposition manifest. There there we go.
Okay, now, here you go for the second one.
All right. All righty, so today's 3/22. Okay, members present. Motion to go into non-public now. This one is for
February 8th, 2022 minutes of the non-public
non-public
session.
non-public minutes review. Okay. All right, so motion to go into non-public?
I'll make it this time. Motion to go into non-public session.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, now that's, we're
D.
just, it is Delta? that one?
Yes.
Okay, got it now.
Delta, Delta, Delta.
Okay, RSA 91A:3 to Delta, D for Delta, consideration of the acquisition, sale, or lease of real or personal property which if discussed in public would likely benefit the party or parties whose interests are adverse to those of the general community. Okay, roll call vote is required. Paul?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Eric?
Yes.
Okay.
Upstairs.
Alrighty, we are entering at 6:29.
I'll make your motion to approve the minutes or accept the minutes?
Approved.
Approve the minutes of
Okay,
February 8th, non-public,
so that was,
session 2.
I'll second it.
motion was made by second. Okay, any discussion on the matter? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye. Pass, 3-1,
3-1.
3-0. Yeah, sounds good.
Well, there's a chair here, so it could be that person.
All right, 6-1, motion made, so motion made by, okay, so it's down there where I should have put it. All right. Yeah, learning real quick. Is there a motion made to seal these minutes? No! Okay.
Yeah, I talked to myself too, and he's doing the same.
Oh, yeah. I'm really bad about that.
Maybe it's
Make fun of all kinds of people. And now you can turn it around and do the same. You can educate me on all kinds of things. All right. So is there any other matters to be brought before the committee tonight?
Commission.
Commission, sure, yeah. Commissioners.
For our
Commissioners,
meeting.
yes. I can't think of anything.
all the 2 issues that were brought to my attention.
Yep. Yeah, we kind of heard them, but no, I'm glad that we addressed it in public for people to have on record. All right, then our next meeting is April 5th, downtown Tilton Town Hall. And a motion.
5:30 p.m.
At 5:30, yep. Okay, motion to adjourn. Entertained.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Not available.
3-0. Got it.
Meeting adjourned at
6.
Oh, and yes, thank you.
6:32. Meeting adjourned.
Damn.
See ya.
Went over by an hour.
No,